Welcome back to Speak English Daily. Today, we're tackling a foundational trait that underpins nearly every significant achievement, every personal breakthrough, and every lasting success. It's often misunderstood, sometimes feared, but undeniably powerful. We're talking about self-discipline for success. When you hear self-discipline, what comes to mind? Is it rigid rules, endless deprivation, or a constant battle against your own desires? For many, the idea of self-discipline feels daunting, like a relentless grind. We often picture someone waking up at 4 a.m., flawlessly executing their routine, never once tempted to scroll social media or eat that extra slice of cake. And while extreme discipline can certainly be part of success stories, that's not the whole picture. The truth is, self-discipline isn't about being a robot. It's about making conscious choices that align with your long-term goals and values, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. It's the bridge between your aspirations and your achievements. It's the muscle that allows you to act on your intentions rather than being swayed by fleeting impulses or external distractions. In a world full of instant gratification, constant distractions, and endless options, the ability to focus, persist, and execute is more valuable than ever. Whether you want to master a new skill, build a thriving business, improve your health, or strengthen your relationships, self-discipline is the unseen force that drives consistent progress. So, how do we demystify this powerful trait? How do we build it not as a burden, but as a liberating tool that unlocks our true potential? In this episode, we'll break down what self-discipline truly means, why it's non-negotiable for success, and, most importantly, equip you with practical, actionable strategies to cultivate it in your own life. Let's dive in. What is self-discipline beyond the myth? Let's first clarify what self-discipline actually is and what it isn't. It's often confused with pure willpower, but it's much more strategic than that. Self-discipline isn't about never having an urge. It's about not acting on every urge. It's the ability to pause between an impulse and your response. When you feel like procrastinating, self-discipline allows you to choose to open your work. When you're tempted by unhealthy food, it enables you to choose the nutritious option. It's not the absence of desire, but the presence of control and intentionality over that desire. Think of it as freedom, not restriction. This might sound counterintuitive, but true self-discipline frees you from being a slave to your impulses, your moods, or external pressures. When you're disciplined, you're not just reacting. You're acting in alignment with your deepest desires and goals. You're free from the regret of missed opportunities or unfulfilled potential. It's also deeply tied to consistency. Success rarely comes from one grand, heroic effort. It almost always comes from small, consistent actions repeated over time. Self-discipline is the engine that keeps those consistent actions going, even when motivation wanes or the results aren't immediately visible. It's about showing up day after day, not just when you feel like it. Finally, self-discipline is fundamentally about aligning your actions with your values and long-term vision. It's not about doing things you hate just for the sake of doing it. It's about recognizing that the actions you might resist in the short term, like exercising or studying, are actually serving a much larger, more meaningful purpose that you deeply care about, like health or career advancement. When your discipline is rooted in strong values, it feels less like a chore and more like an intentional path towards who you want to be. Why self-discipline matters for success. Now that we understand what it is, let's explore why self-discipline is arguably the most critical ingredient for achieving any form of meaningful success. Firstly, self-discipline enables goal attainment. No significant goal, whether it's writing a book, running a marathon, or building a successful business, is achieved without consistent effort and the ability to push through challenges. Self-discipline ensures you take the necessary steps, even when they're difficult or mundane, bridging the gap between intention and realization. Without it, goals remain mere dreams. Secondly, it fosters resiliency in the face of obstacles. Life will inevitably throw curveballs. Projects will fail, relationships will have friction, setbacks will occur. Self-discipline equips you with the mental fortitude to not just survive these challenges, but to learn from them and keep moving forward. It's the inner strength that prevents you from giving up when things get tough, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Thirdly, self-discipline directly leads to improved decision-making. When you're disciplined, you're less likely to make impulsive choices driven by immediate gratification or fleeting emotions. Instead, you're able to think rationally, consider long-term consequences, and choose actions that serve your best interests. This leads to better financial management, healthier relationships, and more strategic career moves. It also builds self-trust and confidence. Every time you act in alignment with your goals, even a small act of discipline, you build trust in yourself. You prove to yourself that you're capable, reliable, and committed. This accumulates into a powerful sense of self-efficacy and confidence knowing that you can set a goal and follow through. It also creates more time and energy. By avoiding procrastination, managing distractions, and sticking to productive routines, you free up mental and physical energy that would otherwise be wasted. This newfound capacity can then be directed towards more meaningful pursuits, learning, or simply enjoying your life more fully. It's not about working more, but working smarter and more intentionally. So, how do we actually build this crucial skill? It's not about being perfect overnight, but about implementing consistent, actionable strategies. Here are the pillars of cultivating strong self-discipline. Clarity of purpose. Know your why. Before you can be disciplined about what you do, you must be crystal clear about why you're doing it. Define your goals. Be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals. Connect to your values. Understand how each goal aligns with your core values, such as health, freedom, contribution, mastery. When discipline feels tough, reconnect with this deeper why. This emotional connection provides fuel. Visualize success. Regularly visualize yourself achieving your goals and experiencing the positive outcomes. This keeps your why front and center and builds intrinsic motivation. Master habit formation, the power of small, consistent steps. Self-discipline often feels hard because we try to rely solely on willpower. Instead, turn desired actions into automatic habits. Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one small habit to focus on, e.g., 5 minutes of exercise, drinking one extra glass of water, writing one paragraph. Make it so easy you can't say no. Stack habits. Link your new habit to an existing one. After I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 5 minutes. Make it obvious, easy, attractive, and satisfying. From James Clear's Atomic Habits. Reduce friction for good habits and increase friction for bad ones. Obvious, put your running shoes by the door. Easy, start with one push-up. Attractive, listen to your favorite podcast only while you're cleaning. Satisfying, track your progress and reward yourself non-counterproductively. Practice delayed gratification. Resist the immediate urge. This is the core of self-discipline, choosing the future over the present. The 10-minute rule. When you feel an urge to procrastinate or indulge in something you know isn't good for you, commit to waiting just 10 minutes. Often, the urge will pass, or you'll be in clarity. Future self-visualization. Before making an impulsive decision, ask yourself, how will my future self think or regret this decision? This helps align current actions with future well-being. Identify triggers. Understand what situations, emotions, or environments trigger your impulsive behaviors. Once identified, you can develop strategies to avoid or manage them. Optimize your environment. Design for success. Your environment plays a huge role in supporting or undermining your discipline. Remove distractions. Turn off notifications, put your phone in another room, close unnecessary tabs. Make your workspace conducive to focus. Set up for success. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Prepare healthy meals in advance. Organize your workspace. Reduce decision fatigue. Surround yourself with support. Spend time with people who inspire and uplift you, who are also committed to their goals. Their discipline can be contagious. Practice self-compassion and recovery. Bounce back from setbacks. No one is perfectly disciplined all the time. The key is how you respond to slipping up. Avoid the all or nothing trap. Don't let one missed day derail your entire routine. If you miss a workout, don't say, "Well, I guess I'm off track now." Just get back on track the next day. Learn, don't punish. When you slip, analyze why it happened, without self-judgment. What made it difficult? How can you adjust your strategy for next time? Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every act of discipline, no matter how small. This positive reinforcement builds momentum and motivation. So let's bring it all back. Self-discipline isn't about crushing your spirit or living a life devoid of joy. It's about empowering yourself to consistently choose actions that move you closer to your deepest desires and most meaningful goals. It's the ultimate act of self-love because it prioritizes your long-term well-being and fulfillment over fleeting impulses. By clearly defining your why, building small, consistent habits, practicing delayed gratification, optimizing your environment, and approaching setbacks with self-compassion, you are actively building a stronger, more resilient, and more powerful you. Self-discipline isn't a destination. It's a continuous journey of conscious choice. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as it transforms your potential into tangible success and a life lived on your own terms. The freedom you gain from mastering yourself is the greatest reward of all.